Goeiemôre graad 4's en 5's. Good morning grade 4's and 5's. This is Mrs. van der Westhuizen. Dit is Juffrou van der Westhuizen. And today I'm going to show you how to do a comprehension test. Vandag gaan ek vir julle wys hoe om 'n begripstoets te doen. So, if we look at our first slide, there are two headings. Die eerste opskrif sê begripstoetse, comprehension tests, en die tweede opskrif sê stappe om 'n begripstoets te doen. The steps on how to do a comprehension test. I'm moving on to slide number 2. Right, our second slide. You will see there are 5 easy steps. Daar is 5 maklike stappe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through these 5 steps with you, and after that, I'm going to do an example with you to help you to better understand these steps. All right, let's look at the first step. Nommer 1. Identifiseer onbekende of moeilike woorde. Doen 'n dinkskrim of gebruik 'n woordeboek indien nodig. So when you read through your comprehension test and there are some unfamiliar and difficult words, try to first figure out what these words mean. And if you really struggle, use a dictionary to help you to figure out the meaning of these words. Nommer 2. Lees elke sin noukeurig deur en identifiseer in elke sin 'n woord wat 'n mens kan sien. Now this is now the important part. When you start to read your comprehension test, you take one sentence at a time. And in each sentence, you identify only one word. But it must be a word that you can make a picture from in your mind. In most cases, this will be a noun, something that you can see. For example, a tree, a boom, maybe an animal like a horse, a perd. So it must be a word that you can make a picture from. I'm going to show you in the example exactly what I mean. So you only identify one word in each sentence, and there's no right or wrong answer here. Some sentences have got more than one word, but you only choose one word. And like I said, there's no right or wrong here. Stap nommer 3. Step number 3. Trek 'n vloeidiagram en vul elkeen van hierdie woorde daarop in. So now you have to draw a flow diagram and then fill in these words that you have identified at number 2. I'm also going to show you in a couple of seconds' time what a flow diagram looks like. Nommer 4, hou aan met hierdie proses totdat jy deur die hele leesstuk is. So you must carry on identifying words from sentences until you reach the end of your comprehension test. In other words, you are going to do this from the top to the bottom. And at the start, this may take some time, but it will become easier the more you do this. You are just going to have to practice a lot. Nommer 5, beantwoord nou die vraag. Now you answer your questions. After you did and after you follow all of these steps, now you answer the questions. And if you did these steps and if you understood the words, the questions will now be very easy to answer. I'm now going to do an example with you. First of all, this is what a flow diagram looks like. you will see that it consists out of blocks. They look like rectangles, and then there's arrows in between. So we've got our first block over here, and then the second one, and then the third one, and the fourth one. It depends on how many you are going to need. But this is an example of a flow diagram. Right, let's start with our example. Right, so this is a comprehension. I'm going to read with you, and then I'm going to show you how to identify the words. So the title of this comprehension, Die leeu en die krokodil. Right, so we start with only the first sentence. 'n leeu en 'n krokodil het altyd gestry oor wie die sterkste is. Right, so I hope that you agree with me. If we look at this sentence, we've got two words basically. Words that we can make pictures of. 'n leeu, a lion, and a crocodile, a crocodile. Alright, so I am going to choose 'n leeu. I'm going to choose that word. Right, so I'm just going to take my pen, and then I'm just going to draw a circle around it. Okay, because this is a word that you can make a nice picture of. Right, let's look at your second sentence. Die krokodil het gesê hy kan 'n seekoei in die water doodmaak, en die leeu het gesê hy kan 'n buffel op die land doodmaak. Right, so there's a couple of words here. Jy het crocodile, you can make a nice picture of this one. Dan het jy 'n seekoei, which is a hippo. Another word is water. This is a word that you can also see and make a picture of. Dan het jy weer hierso vir leeu, en dan het jy 'n buffel, en dan het jy land. Alright, so these are all words that you can make a picture from. But you only choose one. And try not to choose the same word as the first one that you chose. Alright, so I am going to choose seekoei, which is a hippo. Right, let's look at the third sentence. Eendag het die leeu 'n buffel naby die water gevang, en net toe hy die buffel doodmaak, kom die krokodil en sleep die leeu en die buffel in die water in. Right, so this is quite a long sentence. Again, there's a couple of words that you can choose from. Leeu, buffel, water, buffel, daar's buffel weer, krokodil, leeu, buffel, water. So, and some of the words are repeated a couple of times. I'm going to choose a word that I haven't used. So, I'm going to choose water. Right. And then our last sentence from this paragraph. Die leeu verdrink en die krokodil vreet albei op. Right, so again, daar het ons vir leeu en vir krokodil, but we have used leeu before, so I'm going to take crocodile. Right, our second paragraph, first sentence. Crocodile spog by leeu se seun dat hy die sterkste is, omdat hy sy pa doodgemaak het. So daar het ons weer krokodil, daar het ons vir leeu, daar het ons vir seun, which means his son, en dan as ons kyk het ons ook vir pa, father. Alright, so I'm going to choose this one. This is a picture that you can see in your mind, that you can make up. Right, next sentence. Leeu se seun beloof dat hy krokodil sal terugkry. Goed, so daar het ons nou weer vir leeu en seun en krokodil. Right, so I'm going to take this one, seun, his son. Right, we are almost through. Right, the last sentence. Toe die jong leeu 'n buffel naby die water vang, kom krokodil weer. Maar die jong leeu vat die buffel ver van die water af weg en byt die krokodil dood. Goed, so kom ons kyk gou watter woorde is daar. Daar is weer 'n leeu, 'n buffel, water, krokodil, leeu, buffel, water, crocodile. All words that you can make a picture from. Right, so I am going to use buffel. Right, so we are through our comprehension and let's look at how many words did I identify. Right, so let's quickly count. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. And you will see not one of the words are repeated. So if it's possible, try to only use a word once, if it is possible. Right, now we are going to take these 7 words and we are going to put it in a flow diagram. And this is something that you can draw up yourself. So there's our flow diagram. Because we identified 7 words, there will be 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you will see this was our very first sentence. And this was a word from our last sentence. And that is why the arrows also goes from the left to the right. Because this is the order from the start to the bottom of the comprehension test. Alright, grade 4s and 5s, this is really a technique that works, but it takes some practice. Right, so I will send through an easy comprehension with questions later on this week, and then you, together with your parents, can practice and see if you can do this. But this is really something that will help you a lot. Alright, grade 4s and 5s, thank you for listening. Dankie dat julle geluister het. Please stay safe until we see each other again. Totsiens.